I joined the military working dog community, a very small, high testosterone driven community. It was kind of a boys' club, if you will, a lot of conversation about um, uh, intercourse with females and the desire to have intercourse with females. In the specific location where we were, there was a lot of availability to prostitution, and that was a big part of the conversation and of the activity. You know, I tried to dodge the question as much as I could, but there was really no way out of being offered, I mean, even being offered to have a prostitute paid for me. Um, and I really think that that was what led to the source of contention regarding my sexuality. The hazing started as hosing me down in full uniform with several hoses. It started with, it then moved on to tying me to a chair and pushing me around the base so that everyone could see, and then leaving me in a kennel, a dog kennel with feces. And then it climaxed in events that were just pretty unbearable. An example being, I was forced to simulate sexual acts on other service members with attack dogs in the room on camera, and coached as to how feminine and stereotypically homosexual I should be.
Someone saw you tied up, and what happened after that?
In one of the events where I was tied up, a service member who was new to the base saw one of the events, and unbeknownst to myself, reported it. So that brought, within a couple of weeks, that brought down an investigation from DC, and so they brought us all in and they investigated the entire unit. Not only relevant to the sexual abuse that was being committed towards me, but all sorts of other charges against the unit. The investigation continued after 28 months of service in the Middle East. I was accepted to the Naval Academy, and it wasn't until after I was out of the military that I received a phone call, first asking that I testify against my leadership, and then about a month later, a phone call to tell me that the case had been dropped.
And did they tell you why?
I've never had any confirmation as to why or how all of those charges could be dropped.
So, how did you explain your resignation to the Naval Academy?
So, in the statement, I just told them that the values that they had taught me of honor, courage, and commitment were not met, and don't ask, don't tell, and that I felt there was a lot of things I could compromise, but who I was sort of, that was the test. I could no longer compromise who I was.